Now, for those of you out there who say, man, I wish there was a phone where I could just use it with one hand. Well, Unihertz has heard you. They're releasing the Jelly 2E Android phone. Today, we're looking at what might be one of the smallest phones that you can buy. Cost on this is less than $200. I'll leave a link down below with. You never know when this could go on sale. I want to thank the guys from Unihertz for sending this over to review on the channel. I believe this will be available for the US, EU, and Canada markets. It's got 4 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of storage. Display size on here is only 3.3 inches. And then cameras on here are 16 megapixel for the rear, 8 megapixel for the front. Even though it only has a 2000 milliamp hour battery, but you get up to 5 hours and 30 minutes for LTE streaming, 4 hours 45 minutes for GPS workout, and up to 9 hours 30 minutes for music playback. You're gonna get over 3 days standby time. This is about the size of a credit card. So yeah, this is gonna be pretty small. Since it has an infrared sensor, also gonna work as a remote control. This one also has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Comes with Android 12 right out of the box. SIM card removal tool, user guide and warranty information, screen protector for the outside of the phone. As you can see, pretty small here. They know you'll probably lose this phone, so they go ahead and throw in a lanyard in the box as well. And USB-C to USB-A charging cable. Oh wow. Okay, definitely one of the smallest phones I've ever seen. This might even be smaller than when I had my first Android phone years ago. It does come in a clear case, so that should protect it from getting all scratched up. Looks like it needs cleaned up a little bit though. As you can see on the back, right below the rear-facing camera and flash, you've got what looks like a fingerprint scanner right there in the center. You've got your buttons, SIM card tray, and the charging port there on the right-hand side. Volume buttons here on the opposite side. Up here on the top is your headphone jack. Looks like you've got a speaker there on the bottom. Even though this is a really small phone, super thick as you can see on the side. I would have guessed the red button is the power, but no, it's the one above that. This is probably going to be the smallest phone that I've ever reviewed on the channel, even smaller than the Pixel 4a. You can see 3 buttons down here at the bottom, home, your back button, and your recent apps. It's got 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. It's not the easiest thing to type on here. Maybe they should have included a stylus or something. You'll definitely want to use the fingerprint scanner on here, because trust me, you don't want to type on this unless you have to. And then look up towards the top, see how small it is where it says the battery percentage. Now just for a quick size comparison, here it is next to the iPhone 13 and next to the Pixel 7 Pro. Even though this is a really small phone, it's about twice the thickness of a normal phone. So yeah, everything you do on this phone, pretty similar to other Android phones, just on a lot smaller screen. It looks like you've got some pre-installed apps here, mostly the ones from Google. As far as storage goes, it's using about 12 gigabytes of the 64 gigabytes available. Looks like it's got some updates here, so I'll let it go ahead and do that. Here's what the lock screen looks like. A little off center if you ask me. Not only do you have the 3 buttons down here at the bottom, gesture navigation works on this at the same time. Left of the home screen, you got Google Discover or their newsfeed. Up in the notification shade, you've got most of your typical stuff like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, even has a pretty bright flashlight on the back, hotspot, nightlight, screenshot, battery saver, nearby share, and lock screen. Then you've got some other stuff to add like dark theme, do not disturb, focus mode. Originally, I thought the red button would be the power button, but no, it's like a dedicated button that you can use for several different things. Don't ask me how to change it though, because I haven't found it yet. Now maybe I'm not used to the fingerprint scanner yet, but to me it doesn't feel like it's that accurate. It's got a MediaTek 6761 V/WE processor. If you're wondering how fast this phone is, just one look at the Geekbench scores, yeah, it's not going to be fast. Definitely going to be one of the slower phones that I've used. Now surprisingly, with a phone this small, it still has decent Wi-Fi on here. Maybe not as fast as some of my other devices, but still not bad. So as you can imagine, gaming on this phone is going to be pretty challenging. It It does allow you to connect a controller, but it's just kind of hard to see everything on a screen this small. And as you can see, it definitely struggles a little bit with games like Asphalt 9. It seems to do okay with PUBG Mobile, but again, the screen's so small, sometimes it's just kind of hard to see past your own hands. If you're looking for a phone that's good on gaming, this probably shouldn't be your first choice. But if you're looking for a really small phone to take while you're jogging, play music on, that kind of thing, maybe this could be a good option. You can watch YouTube videos up to 1080p resolution. Netflix is going to be SD playback resolution. Even though this is actually way louder than I was expecting. Camera on here is also going to be a little tricky to use because everything's so small. I find my fingers keep getting in the way, so you almost have to turn it sideways and use it that way. Now inside the camera app, you've got normal, video, time lapse, and pro mode. Kind of hard to see on a screen this small, but resolution actually looks pretty decent in my studio lighting. You can also do 1080p resolution for video recording. Here's a few samples just to give you an idea of what to expect. As you can see by these photo samples, not going to be the best out there. Same thing with video. I mean, it does okay for a phone this small, but I'd probably only use this for photos and video if I had to. So hopefully this video gave you a little closer look at what may be the smallest Android phone you can buy right now. But should you actually buy it? Well, I'm not sure that I know that many people who would be interested in something like this. And I know every time I would get this out to test it, my wife would just laugh at me for some reason. But I keep telling her this is the future of smartphones. If you could just leave a comment down below so she knows that I'm right, thanks in advance. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.